What is it about the unexplained that attracts our undivided attention? When no valid answer or explanation can be found to mysteries such as the Mothman, our investigative curiosity kicks into high gear. With hundreds of Mothman sighting reports documented, it is my speculation that there were hundreds of unreported sightings as well. I have sat down with and listened to many witnesses that have said that they were unsure who to talk to and wondered what type of humiliation they would encounter from friends and relatives after they went public with their story. That's from the introduction to Mothman Behind the Red Eyes, The Complete Investigative Library by Jeff Walmsley. This is a really good book. For Mothman books, I recommend Andy Colvin's, and I recommend this one because it is a collection of actual accounts of people who witnessed Mothman and other events in West Virginia during that time, and it includes reprints of newspaper articles and other stuff. So this is an excellent resource. And Jeff Walmsley is going to be my guest on Blog Talk Radio this Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's April 1st, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/the Stench of Truth, where we'll talk about the Mothman and his investigations. And also we'll get a chance to talk about Eyes of the Mothman, the new documentary which Jeff Walmsley is in, and I'll ask him about this and how they came to produce that, and etc. So join us April 1st, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on blogtalkradio.com/the Stench of Truth. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. More airstrikes and more pounding go on in Libya. And this seems more about decimating Muammar Gaddafi's troops and his abilities and his military than it does to protect the so-called rebels. And it must be noted that the rebels themselves, the people opposed to Muammar Gaddafi, are in fact terrorists. Now, as far as I'm concerned, in Libya, they can do whatever the hell they want. If there are rebel troops over there, I don't care who the fuck they are. If they want to overthrow Muammar Gaddafi and put in some kind of other government, I don't give a crap, because it's not my concern. The globalist concern in Libya is oil and water and all the other resources and the avenue to fucking Africa. And this is in opposition to China and others who are making inroads into Africa in order to take advantage of the resources that are there. And how are they doing this? How are the Chinese and the Russians doing this in Africa? By offering economic fucking development. How are we doing it as tools for the globalists? By military fucking intervention, and that's our answer. And what really galls me, what pisses me off more than anything else in this entire fucking charade, is the fact that so-called liberals and so-called progressives can't seem to realize that this is the same kind of imperialist action that has been taken on by previous administrations. Namely, Bush, the horror, the awful, the terrible Bush and his wars. That Obama fucking continues. And not only does he continue the aggressions in Iraq and Afghanistan that continue to bleed American troops and innocent fucking civilians, but he engages in a new imperialist exercise in Libya. And yet there is a total failure to explain how you cannot be involved in all of these other rebellions and uprisings, namely in Syria and Yemen, where people are dying. Not that I'm suggesting we should be involved, but the fact that we should not be involved in any of them. This is a globalist war, people. This is the U.S. military as a tool for globalist intervention for an Anglo-American-French axis. That's what it is. We're the fascist fucking enemy. Why can't we take an approach like China and Russia and offer economic development to these people? No, we have to go in with military fucking intervention at the whim of the globalist fucking parasites. And do you know who's behind this? The globalist fucking bankers and multinational fucking corporations who are waiting to descend on all of these countries and rape them mercilessly of everything they have. And make all of their people slaves to multinational depredation and the depredation of the IMF. There will be no freedom under the fascist onslaught of the Anglo-American-French globalist fucking fascists. I don't want any part of it. I wish fucking so-called progressives and so-called fucking liberals would get off their fucking asses and call Obama out as the warmongering fucking globalist stooge, multinational corporate underling, and Wall Street fucking puppet that he is. And the right-wingers, they're right there with them, supporting it. You know why? Not because they support Obama because they'd be quick to stab him in the back, not because he's against any of their agendas, simply because they want one of their toady party guys in there. No, they support it because they like any fucking war. Because it promotes the military-industrial security complex in this country. And that is where their 100% loyalty lies, through the Wall Street banks and the Wall Street firms that fund them. Because they are tools of the fascist fucking world hegemonic globalist international scheme. And it's all run by international banks, multinational corporations, and the end result is the slavery of every fucking buddy to a rich overclass that you will never belong to, because you are going to be slogging mud in the fields for these people when their final end game is done. Thank you. Good day.